We've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Green Bay Packers and the Washington Commanders. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down. This defense for the Packers, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
From the 44, Powell. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a 1st down. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
On 2nd and 1, Powell. The throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Well, this is what you want to see from your rookie quarterback on an opening drive, Charles. He looks cool, he looks calm, he looks collected in marching them down the field.
And, Brandon, I just think the game continues to change and evolve because we're calling these guys rookies. But, you know, they've thrown the football so much at a younger level now, way more so than what we saw when guys came into the league when you and I came through.
And also just the way, in particular to him, Charles, how he handles himself in meetings, just so professional, mature. Looks like he's been in the league 5 years.
Yeah, he cares about the game. He cares about his performance, and it's showing.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Powell throwing on 3rd down here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the Packers are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Now on 2nd and 13. Rodgers. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he's got some space here. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one good for 37 yards.
Aaron Jones, not one of the bigger backs in the league, 5'9", 208, but he's definitely what you'd call a downhill runner. And he's able to shed the tacklers there for good yardage.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And always sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. And he's got this down to the 35. 11 more on that one, and another first down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Down, Rodgers. Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch. Touchdown! Jalen Waddle, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that worked. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
From the gun on 3rd down, Howell. Got a man, it's Tunyon.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Big Kenny Clark that time pushing upfield to make the tackle for loss. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Second down, Howell back to pass.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers, and his throw's going to be incomplete. Prior to that, he hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried this dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
And some room to run now. Touchdown, Packers. Laviska Shenault, 39 yards. And the Packers go up by 2 touchdowns. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 here for Howell and the Commanders at their own 25-yard line. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. 23 yards the pickup there. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. 2nd down, Howell now. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Howell. And Incomplete on the deep ball.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On play action, now Rodgers. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers. Got a man. It's Ronald, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Now Jones showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
2nd down and goal. Rodgers. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. He's at the 50. 30. Past the 20. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. Joey Sly on for the extra point. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Pulls it in at the 13. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this. Rodgers throw into the hands of the receiver, Shenault. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. A final shot before half for Rodgers. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Pulls it in at the 13. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And a throw there going to be incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
And Howe will throw it. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. First down, Howe to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
To throw again on second down. Powell. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
On 2nd and 7, Powell. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Howell. To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Grant Delpit. There he goes, right side. The 30. 10, 5, and into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Now the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6.
Makes the score Packers 21, Commanders 6.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Let's go now.
Howell throwing again after the pick six.
This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Howell, he'll look to throw it. He's got it to Gibson.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Now Howell. Got a man. It's Diaby Brown, complete.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 35. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Rashawn Gary in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Here's Howell to throw on 2nd down.
His throw incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Man open is Robinson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 22-yard line. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Extra point attempt to come here. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fields this way up at the 17.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And now here is another interception. Brandon Jones picking it off. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Jalen Waddle with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Fourth down, Howell, desperation time. This will be caught once again by Brown. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another fourth down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious.
The gain of 9 brings up 2nd and a yard at the 46-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. That's going to be caught. It's Shenault. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. A tough run, but not a huge gain. Dropped at the 25. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now it's Rodgers.
That's caught. Waddle on the left side.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They called his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Rodgers throwing here.
Connection made with Shenault.
So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 4-yard line.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. They'll try and run for it with Jones. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. On the sneak, Rodgers. And he will get into the end zone. It's another